So in response to my recent video about child sexual abuse, my good friend Simon, I am the Journeyman here on YouTube, made a very poignant response, I think, concerning the idea of remaining neutral. Now, this isn't some kind of dogmatic defense of the idea of actually being neutral about something. After all, the very idea of remaining neutral about everything would thereby inherently obligate one to never have an opinion. The point, I think, is that it's an issue of whether or not you can divest your emotions from your intellectual understanding of an issue and then actually give decent commentary thereby. Of course, everyone has to have a certain degree of personal investment in just about anything that they're going to be giving an opinion about. Otherwise, it wouldn't be an opinion, but a profession of simple facts concerning the situation. But one thing that I've been mulling over recently is the idea of when it comes to the dissonance between your emotions and your intellect, how is it that you should divest them? Not so much how, rather, but I think that, how to put this? I think it's important to recognize the relationship between the two and how they should mingle. As an example, I think that when it comes to, say, watching a movie and having emotional import with it, I think you should be able to divest your intellect from that in order to be able to watch it and understand that it's fiction, but not look at it and be like, oh, well, I know this is all taking place on a set, and I know that these are all actors and shit like that. If you can divest your intellect and your skepticism, I guess, in that way, then you can more fully enjoy the movie. So in that kind of context, it's good to simply look at it with your emotions, at least majorly with your emotions, and basically remove your intellect from the situation so that you can better enjoy the movie. That kind of idea. But then, people often say that when you want to give an opinion about something, that it would be a good idea to divest your emotions from the response that you're giving. But I don't think that's true. I think that's setting up a false dichotomy whereby it has to be one or the other. If you're giving an opinion about something, then you should be majorly using your intellect, whereas the opposite is true when it comes to something wherein it's not important. I think that when you're giving an opinion about something, this goes into what I've been talking about recently with the whole idea of actually manipulating your own cognition in a way that you want to. Rearranging the way that you think about things and look at things based on critical self-interaction. And I think that when it comes to this type of issue, it's not so important to divest your intellect and your emotions in order to be able to give a cogent opinion. I think it's honestly a lot more important to try and make it so that your emotional import actually does line up with what you know to be true. I don't think it's important to separate the two, but I think it's important to meld them in this situation. And again, I'm not really sure how other people can go about doing this because it's something that's come naturally to me over the course of the past 6 months. And the only way I think I can really suggest to everybody out there that they be able to be more self-critical in this kind of way, to try and understand what are the associations going on in their own mind when they have certain feelings about certain issues and things of that nature? I want to suggest an exercise to you that I've been doing for a very long time now. These are awesome. This is a little notepad that I got off of Amazon for all of like $5. You can pick up the equivalent thereof, just any normal little composition pocket-sized notebook for all about 79 cents. Get a gel pen for like all of $1. And my challenge to you would be, try for a week. You think something, write it down. You feel something, write it down. And the reason for that suggestion is that writing down of your own thoughts is a self-received statement that your thoughts are worth writing down, that your own thoughts are important. And it then inclines you naturally to think in that way, because it's true. Your thoughts and feelings are important. It's about the idea of treating your humanity and the things that you think like a skill. Skillful self-engagement. And the essence of any skill is practice. So practice. Try it. And getting back to the point, I think that when people try and do things of that nature, that it lends you to actually being able to be more neutral on just about any issue that you might comment on. because your emotions are in line with what you know to be true. Personally, it cuts down on my own cognitive dissonance between my emotions and my intellect. And if that is a problem for you at all, I would highly suggest this exercise. Of course, I would suggest this exercise to just about everyone on the planet if I could. And again, just because I think he's so excellent, I'm going to link 2 videos by I Am the Journeyman down in the description, and I hope that you check them out because I think they're things that more people, especially on this website, but in just general life, should consider. Being more neutral about just especially issues that you know you are too emotional about to be able to give a good opinion, a neutral opinion, because it would actually be based in the facts as opposed to how you feel about something, and the idea of being able to disagree. Just disagree, and nothing's wrong with that. Really important ideas, I think, and I tend to think that you should check him out. Long days and pleasant nights.